Good day and welcome. I'm Stefan with Trending Update USA, bringing you an in-depth look into the jaw-dropping statistics that have everyone talking ahead of the 2025 WTA Finals. As the season's most elite tournament approaches, three of the sport's biggest superstars, Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, and Coco Gauff, are once again dominating headlines, not just for their skill, but for their unbelievable numbers that reveal the sheer magnitude of their performances this year. The 2025 season has been a showcase of power, precision, and consistency, and when you break down the data behind their success, the results are nothing short of astonishing. These three players have defined women's tennis over the past few years, representing three different styles of greatness that together have reshaped the modern WTA landscape. Aryna Sabalenka, the fierce Belarusian known for her raw power and emotional intensity, continues to be one of the most explosive competitors in the sport. Iga Swiatek, the cerebral Polish sensation and former world number one, remains the epitome of strategic perfection and mental resilience. Meanwhile, Coco Gauff, the young American superstar, has turned potential into results, combining speed, athleticism, and maturity far beyond her years. Together, they form the perfect trio to headline the 2025 WTA Finals, and their statistics tell the story of how each has reached this point at the pinnacle of women's tennis. Let's start with Aryna Sabalenka, who once again demonstrated that she's one of the most physically dominant players on tour. Throughout the 2025 season, Sabalenka has recorded an astounding first-serve win percentage of nearly 78%, ranking among the top three servers in the entire WTA. Her average serve speed has hovered around 117 miles per hour, with peak speeds touching 125, making her one of the most feared servers in the game. But what makes her numbers even more impressive is her aggression on return. Despite being known primarily as a big hitter, Sabalenka has improved her return games 1 to nearly 39%, showing that she's evolved into a more complete player. Her breakpoint conversion rate has been one of the most efficient on tour, just under 48%, a testament to her ability to seize critical moments. On hard courts, Sabalenka's favorite surface, her dominance has been nearly unmatched. She's won 85% of her service games and 73% of her tiebreaks, showing nerves of steel under pressure. Her aggressive baseline play has generated over 400 forehand winners this season alone, while maintaining a winners-to-unforced errors ratio that demonstrates greater control than in previous years. This improved discipline has been crucial to her success, particularly in high-stakes matches where she previously struggled to contain her emotions. Statisticians have also noted that her average rally length has decreased, meaning she's closing points faster, a sign that her confidence and precision have reached new heights. Now, turning to Iga Swiatek, the Polish tactician whose numbers continue to defy logic. Swiatek's 2025 campaign has been defined by efficiency, consistency, and control. She has won over 82% of her service games this year, while breaking her opponents more than half the time, a staggering 53% break rate, the highest on tour. Her return points won percentage sits at an elite 46%, making her one of the most complete players statistically across all surfaces. What sets Swiatek apart is her ability to dominate from the baseline while maintaining a calm, methodical approach. Her topspin-heavy forehand remains one of the most potent weapons in tennis, with an average spin rate exceeding 3,200 revolutions per minute, more than any other female player. Swiatek's mental fortitude also shows in her tie-break and deciding set records. She's won 9 of her last 10 matches that went the distance, and her composure in tight moments has been unmatched. Analysts highlight that Swiatek's court coverage metrics are among the best in the WTA, averaging 2.7 meters per shot recovery distance, a reflection of her superior anticipation and movement. Her unforced error count has also dropped nearly 15% compared to her 2024 season, indicating an even sharper balance between aggression and control. Her first serve return success rate, nearly 45%, is another reason she consistently frustrates big hitters like Sabalenka, as she turns defensive situations into offensive opportunities with ease. Coco Gauff's 2025 statistics tell another incredible story. one of growth, adaptation, and confidence. Still just 21 years old, Gauff has elevated her game to levels that many predicted years ago when she burst onto the scene as a teenage prodigy. Her first serve percentage has climbed to an impressive 67%, and her second serve points won have improved significantly from previous seasons, now standing at around 54%. This is a massive jump that underscores her improved serve technique and tactical placement. Her forehand, once considered her weak spot, has evolved into a reliable weapon, generating over 300 winners this season while cutting her unforced error rate by 20%. But what really sets Gauff apart statistically is her movement and defensive capabilities. According to performance tracking data, Gauff covers nearly 11% more court per point than the average WTA player, turning defense into attack with explosive speed. Her ability to retrieve deep balls and transition to offense has made her one of the most formidable counterpunchers on tour. She's also become one of the most clutch players in pressure moments, winning 70% of break points when serving for the set or match, an extraordinary number that reveals how mentally strong she has become. When comparing these three powerhouses side by side, the numbers reveal a fascinating picture of contrast and excellence. Sabalenka's matches averaged just 1 hour and 32 minutes, the shortest among the top three, illustrating how quickly she finishes points with her power-based style. Swiatek, on the other hand, averages closer to 1 hour and 50 minutes per match due to her tactical rallies and grinding consistency. Gauff sits in between, balancing defense and offense to adapt to any opponent. Their combined win percentage across all tournaments this season sits above 80%, an incredible reflection of dominance by this trio at the top of women's tennis. At the WTA 1000 events leading up to the finals, Sabalenka and Swiatek both captured multiple titles, while Gauff reached at least the semifinals in 5 major tournaments, showcasing a consistency that has eluded many young players. In terms of head-to-head statistics, Swiatek still holds the advantage over both Sabalenka and Gauff. She leads Sabalenka 7-4 in their career meetings and has an 8-3 record against Gauff. However, those numbers only tell part of the story. The gap between them has narrowed considerably, as both Sabalenka and Gauff have found ways to challenge Swiatek more effectively, particularly on faster surfaces where the Pole's topspin-heavy style is slightly less effective. The 2025 WTA Finals in Shenzhen promise to be a clash of styles and personalities unlike any other. Sabalenka brings raw power and passion, Swiatek brings precision and discipline, and Gauff brings youthful energy and adaptability. The statistical patterns from this season suggest that every match between them could come down to fine margins. For instance, Sabalenka's serve versus return battle against Swiatek's precision-based counterplay has already produced some of the most thrilling matches of the season, with both players pushing each other to new limits. Meanwhile, Gauff's improved serve and defense give her a fighting chance to break the European dominance that has defined the top of the WTA rankings for years. Looking deeper into their 2025 data, each player's unique strengths become even clearer. Sabalenka leads the tour in aces with over 350 this season, while Swiatek leads in return winners, a testament to her anticipation and timing. Gauff, interestingly, ranks number 1 in forced errors created by opponents, showing how her relentless defense frustrates even the best hitters into mistakes. Their service hold percentages are all elite, Sabalenka at 85%, Swiatek at 82%, and Gauff at 78%. In terms of breakpoint conversion, Swiatek leads with an incredible 54%, followed closely by Gauff at 49% and Sabalenka at 46%. Beyond the numbers, however, the psychological and emotional aspects of their games add even more intrigue. Sabalenka thrives on adrenaline, often using emotional intensity as fuel to dominate opponents. Swiatek relies on calm, discipline, and mental routines that keep her grounded during chaotic points. Gauff, meanwhile, blends youthful optimism with growing composure, demonstrating a maturity that belies her age. This emotional diversity among the three creates a dynamic that keeps every encounter unpredictable and thrilling. Off the court, their personalities and influence extend far beyond tennis. Sabalenka's fearless charisma, Swiatek's humility and intellect, and Gauff's activism and youthful leadership make them icons of a generation redefining women's sports. They represent not just athletic excellence but also empowerment, resilience, and individuality. The statistics may quantify their success, but their impact on fans and the sport transcends numbers. Heading into the WTA Finals, experts predict that these three will be the primary contenders for the title, and data models based on their 2025 performance metrics show razor-thin margins between them. Simulated match predictions place Sabalenka's win probability at 34%, Swiatek's at 36%, and Gauff's at 30%, a statistical dead heat that all but guarantees a dramatic and unforgettable tournament. Their paths to the finals have been filled with record-breaking performances, incredible rallies, and emotional highs and lows that have defined the WTA season. Ultimately, the 2025 WTA Finals are shaping up to be a celebration of the evolution of women's tennis. Sabalenka's power, Swiatek's precision, and Gauff's athleticism represent the three pillars of the modern game. Their unbelievable stats aren't just numbers, they're proof of how far the sport has progressed and how these three women continue to raise the standard for excellence. Fans around the world will be watching closely as these titans collide in one of the most anticipated finales in recent memory, where every serve, rally, and point could rewrite history. This season has proven that Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, and Coco Gauff are not only the faces of women's tennis but also symbols of perseverance, innovation, and strength. The numbers may shock you, but behind those numbers lies a story of dedication, rivalry, and greatness that continues to define this golden era of the WTA.